You can put it anywhere. For us, we're going to be tucking it in the A-pillar here using just a basic pair of scissors and some two-sided tape. So for our install to get started, we need to measure it first. But before we do that, we're going to pull down the weather stripping so we get access to where we want to actually measure. Make sure the area that you're measuring this out with, any bends or twists are accounted for. You just hold it with your hand. All right, and to cut it, we're gonna get our scissors and just clip it like that. To get the strip to stick where we want it, we're gonna be using some two-sided tape. We've previously wiped this down with an alcohol pad to make sure there was no dashboard dressing on it or anything, oils that would keep the tape from sticking. What you wanna do is you wanna make sure that your translucent edge is facing towards the interior of the vehicle. All right guys, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our strip, and this piece of heat shrink you want to set below the dashboard line. And we're using the line of the plastic part of the A-pillar to position our strip. All right guys, so we're gonna be installing our ambient strip on our door today for the cross-track, and to do that, we actually have to get the panel off. Now this door is held on with some push clips, but it's secured with 2 Phillips screws. To get to those, you gotta pop off a couple of plastic covers. So let's go ahead and dig in. We're gonna get this panel popped off. All right, and what you want to do is just find a seam right here, get your fingers behind it. Could use a panel popping tool if you wanted to, but it's just as easy. So to get the panel off to start, so you can tilt it out a little further, you want to take your door handle and door lock out, and those just pop right off. All right, and all right, so coming down a little further, you've got 2 harnesses that are just held in with a push clip, like that. We're going to take both of those out, and as you can see, door card pulls away. Okay, so now that the door panel's off, we're gonna mount our controller. Before we mount anything to the door here, we're gonna go ahead and pull power. Now in a lot of vehicles, you can get power right at this door from your automatic window switches. This particular one, we couldn't, so we're running our own wire. It's not a requirement in every vehicle. What you wanna do is go online, get vehicle wiring schematics if you wanna try to tap something in the door, or you can just go through this umbilical cord and pull your own wire, which is what we're gonna do. So let's tighten in on that and get that wire pulled. So for this, we're gonna lube this up using window cleaner. You can use silicone, WD-40, whatever works best for you. I found window cleaner doesn't leave residue behind after you're done. So to gain access to the portal from the umbilical cord from the exterior to the interior, we're gonna have to pull a couple trim panels. So here's our controller, nice, compact, and small, right? There's going to be a little bit of maintenance that we have to do here because we don't need all of this outer sheathing. In the car, what you want to do is look at the back side of your door panel. This is going to mount to the door, but you're going to see the recesses. Now, ideally, looking at it here, this feels ideal, but for this vehicle, there's actually a cup holder that exists for, or I guess water bottle that exists for in the pocket. So we actually want to come up here a little bit. So we're going to mount it behind our plastic weather barrier. Before we do that, we're going to crimp up our ring terminal, and we're going to give ourselves a butt connector to come to this wire. All right, so these actually have room for growth. So if you wanted to put more ambient strips on, go nuts with it, you've got 4 total outputs that you can use. We only need 1, so we're going to kind of get these situated in here and wired tied so it's not rattling in your door panel. So with this situated, guys, let's get to the door card, put that strip in, then we'll show you how to get it all cinched up. All right, guys, so we're to the door card here to get your ambient strip put in. And just like you'd be working in your garage or your driveway, we're gonna be using our cross track for our workbench today. To get started for this one, we need to take 1 single screw out, just the number 2 Phillips. And that's gonna give us just enough wiggle room to push the ambient strip through without having to drill any holes. So we're gonna tilt this back. And I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but we'll be coming right here through this crack. So what you're gonna do is just gently start to push this through. Don't force it. Just bend her back and she'll naturally slot in. All right, so this is a universal kit. It has 3 feet of wire on it. What we want to do is do a little maintenance to this because we don't need all 3 feet hanging off when we go to mount this door card. So we're going to give ourselves about 6 inches or so. All right, so let's reposition our cameras. We'll get back on the door, get the door card back on, then we'll hook up our power. All right, gang, so we are on the downhill of our install. We're gonna put our door card back on, get all these clips secured, then we're gonna pull our power, cinch it up with a barrel connector, kick it on, and we're gonna see the best lights you've ever seen in a door panel. So let's get it back on.